Maynard, bring up the holy hand grenade.
1, 2, 5.
3, sir.
3.
Arm yourselves, America. This is Defenders Live.
Welcome to Tuesday.
Tangent Tuesday, that is.
Tangent Tuesday. Here on Defenders
I feel
Live.
like I need to have said that with a weirder drawl than
I know you need just a long...
Tangent Tuesday, that is. And that was a bad one, too.
That was a really bad one. That was not great at all.
I was born in Texas, raised in North Carolina, and you'd think I'd have a thicker accent than what I have, but
Oh, you could.
when I get tired or drunk, that's when my accent
You
comes
very
out.
well could.
You've seen it.
Yes, I have.
I've people thought I was an auctioneer at one point. Look.
I was raised in Georgia until I was 8, and then I moved to North Carolina. I should sound very Southern.
You should. Do you know why you don't?
Yes.
I do, too. We want to tell everybody why, or do you want me to?
Go ahead.
Because you lived in Baltimore for a while?
No,
or Maryland.
I was
Maryland.
born in Baltimore.
Uh-huh.
After 6 months old,
We still haven't forgiven you for that.
I was moved from Baltimore to Georgia from 6 months old until the age of 8, and then came to North Carolina. The reason why I don't
You still
have
vacationed there, though.
I go there to visit. I have family. What do you want?
And the family.
There are
doesn't
some people.
have
I'm
an
sorry.
accent.
Look. There are some people in Baltimore that have thicker accents than you do, and I mean Southern. Yes.
In Baltimore?
In Baltimore.
Nah, I'm calling shenanigans.
You
on
can
that.
call shenanigans all you want. It's the truth.
No.
Mason-Dixon line, buddy.
Well, yeah, no, that's true. I actually, you know, what's funny is it wasn't but a couple years ago I realized that the Mason-Dixon line ran so high, or high and then made a dip.
'Cause she's so high.
Nope.
It's high above you.
Nope. Like Cleopatra. I know. Got it.
Joan of Arc.
No.
Aphrodite.
Do. Okay. Tangent Tuesday.
Welcome to the show.
And you know all what that means.
Yeah.
Are you ready for a miracle?
Oh, Carrie Melinak, as usual.
On the Tangent Tuesdays.
You know, we didn't come up with a food.
A food? No,
Last
you're
week.
right. We didn't talk about foods.
We didn't talk about food.
We
at
did the
all. Other
food.
than
Well, we did the Vegemites,
other
and
than-
I think we got tired of that.
I was gonna say, other than that axle grease we ate, that it was
Yeah,
that
axle
was-
grease on bread.
Not bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't good either. That's
I
the
want to make
thing.
those cheddar Vegemite biscuits still.
You let me know how that turns out.
Honestly, I bet it'll turn out great. It's a savory on a savory on a savory. It'll be fine.
Too. I think so too.
No.
So when you come to visit, like next MojoCon, if we're allowed to have something like that, I'll have Vegemite.
Sausage balls.
biscuits.
Vegemite sausage balls.
Okay.
Because
gonna go with the
sausage,
tomato
cheese,
bow.
sausage, cheese, Bisquick, Vegemite.
Okay.
Ugh.
Done.
No, MojoCon. I'm calling it. MojoCon will be up and running like normal next year.
I'm
calling it.
I would hope that would be up and running before next year.
No, but no, it won't
Like,
because
are we talking MojoCon 2020?
No. It's gonna have to be foregone this year.
2020 got canceled.
Everything
what?
is moved on. It's gonna.
Can we do Mojo Christmas?
No, because I can't do
Mojo
back to
Christmas.
back. You could probably. I can't.
I could probably do that.
You can't. I can't. There's no way I'm gonna be able to pull that off. Dreaming of a Mojo Christmas.
Yeah, that'd be great.
It would be nice. Everybody running around with Santa Claus hats and stuff. That'd be fun. No, but
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Next year it'll be up and running like normal because I'm telling you, I'm calling it now. The Wu-Tang Clap will be an afterthought by January. It'll be done. It'll be over with, and life will be back to normal. Nobody will be worrying about masks. You won't be worrying about none of this stupid stuff.
Sure.
It'll be over. It'll be done, regardless of who is elected president.
Don't you think so, Carrie?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know because the media and all of these press conferences and stuff, it's got people freaked out.
No,
where
I got that.
People buy into the hype so much that, and I'm not saying that there's not a virus.
Yeah,
like
but
it's not that, but it is so over.
You're right. It's the hype.
Like,
right.
It is. It's made to sound really, really scary.
Yeah, but all it takes, all it's going to take, though,
is people being quiet about it.
Well, not even just be quiet about it. They've hyped it up and hyped it up and hyped it up, and then all it's going to take is these very same people who have been blowing it up into this giant thing to then turn around and something. It'll be a myriad of things. There's a vaccine. The cases have just magically started dropping. Oh, all of the things, the regulations and crap that we've imposed on people, it's all working. Look, the numbers are coming down. The whole thing, I say the whole thing, a lot of this is fabricated to begin with. So all it takes is for them to fabricate it back down again.
Right.
So are you going to get the vaccine?
No. I don't get the flu vaccine. I don't get the flu shot.
None of these things.
Last time I got the flu shot for seriously, I was laid up.
For seriously.
That's how bad it was. It's not even for reals or seriously. It's for seriously. I was laid up in bed for almost a week. Like I get the flu outside of it, 24, 48 hours max. And that's every couple years.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm of the same mindset. I don't do those things. I had a job where I had to go do stuff inside of hospitals.
Yeah.
I had to work inside of hospitals. I was doing data networking inside of hospitals and things like that. They had a requirement at some of the hospitals that you had to have your flu shot. They asked. I lied.
Yeah, I would have. Because there's no way I'm
getting one.
Because every time I got it, I got sick.
Yeah. I didn't get people sick. People didn't get me sick. And that was all the proof I needed that I didn't need the shot.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't do it. I mean, again, and this is the same thing with the Wu-Tang Clap. Comes whether it's masks or they come out with a vaccine or whatever. If that's how you feel that you need to do, if it whatever, if it actually feels like it works for you, maybe it really is, whatever.
Right.
Kudos. Knock yourself out. Have a ball. I'm gonna sit over here and not because I don't. Right. I don't, and I'm not going to hate on you for...
That's fine. If you want to take it, go ahead and take it. Just stay away from me for about 4 to 6 weeks. 4 to 6 weeks. Stay away from me.
Yeah.
There's a shedding period.
Yeah.
People pull the snarking jack all over on the Twitters. I just assumed Steven doesn't sound Southern because he has some sort of speech impediment. Well...
We're not talking about that.
I'm not talking about that. It was a lisp, and it was back in my younger years, all right? Sheesh. I got over it.
Mostly. Sometimes.
Obviously.
Sometimes.
Only when I do that one accent.
209 at Dylan Lyle said something good about Mojo being normal. Ask Stephen Aries, slap the AI.
No.
DOA show has no place for such nonsense.
True.
That's absolutely true.
We have no place for normal.
Okay, and we're gonna get off of this.
I'm sorry, Carrie, because
we're gonna.
One, yes, but two,
Tuesday.
We're not normal.
Yeah.
Now, I know that.
I was gonna say I'll get off of the whole Wu-Tang Clap thing. One more final thing. I am so tired of hearing people say that this is the new normal.
No, it's not.
I'm sick. I mean,
Obama was the new normal.
It makes my eye twitch. My tumor gets angry.
Yeah, it does.
I'm tired of hearing it, and then I'm hearing it from all kinds of people use that phrasing, and it drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Also on the Twitters, one last thing: Legendary Grocery Slug. Y'all are gonna make my jellies fly off the shelf if you bring on the weird food. Well, slug slime is definitely a quote weird food, and your jellies taste delicious. Is it not true?
No, it is. It is.
That's what you need to. That's actually the label you need to come up with. Slug slime jellies. It would be. It's an amazing sell.
It is a hell of a marketing ploy.
I think it would be awesome.
I can see
it makes perfect sense.
The logo and everything. I can already see.
I got it. Mm-hmm. It would be a banana slug.
Mm-hmm.
Like with a little slime trail behind it.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yep.
I can see it.
It would be good.
Maybe carrying a basket or two of jelly in it.
Yeah, maybe it
or holding a jelly jar.
It can't carry it. It would have to be like on its tail.
Mm-hmm.
Or have the basket in front of it.
Or maybe
pushing it,
pushing it along.
Pushing the basket.
Yeah, I could see that.
Swidham's Prime does at DOA show. Does Stephen Airy have a lift? What was that, Carrie? Sorry.
I said solving problems here on Defenders Live.
Darn right.
Even needing solved.
Yes.
Or weren't even problems.
Mm-hmm.
We could go work for the Democrat Party.
Yeah, we solve problems that aren't real.
Problems that don't exist.
That's us, all in a nutshell.
Answers to questions you don't have.
Speaking of questions to answers you never asked.
Uh-huh.
Christian children's book author announces he's gay, and he's leaving his wife.
Hey.
Congratulations.
Which one?
Matthew Paul Turner, a Christian children's book author, has come out as gay and is in the process of divorcing his wife.
I'm going to go on a limb that just those last two things you just said kind of disqualifies him as being a Christian.
Well,
I'm just just saying you can't pick and choose there, bub.
Well, I'm just going to say.
I'm not to say. Hold on.
Is that is that the place for you to say?
No, I was getting ready to say. Hang on. Let me clarify. People are sinful. People do sinful acts all the time.
Okay.
The divorce thing doesn't disqualify you from being a Christian. However, the act of homosexuality,
both are spoken against in Scripture, though.
No, that's true.
So how can one be accepted and one not?
I'm glad you asked, because because I've had this told to me. This is how for all intents and purposes, like divorcing a spouse can be done, and it can be done biblically. It's not
right.
Obviously, it's a very much a last resort kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it can be done. However, homosexuality is an active, daily living in sin kind of thing.
If you are acting out on it. So this guy is going to act out on it.
Right.
Yes.
It's intentional.
Yes,
which is why Dylan is saying, hey, look,
that's exactly.
The last part breaks the first part.
Yeah. The divorcing the wife. I mean, again, it is a sin as far as it's not a sin per se. It's not liked. God doesn't like it. It's frowned upon. But that wouldn't disqualify, because we don't forget the fact that he's gay. If somebody as a Christian says, hey, I'm getting divorced, without knowing context, I mean,
it's like, yeah, that's not a good idea.
It's not a good idea. You want to try and make it work. But if something happens, either the other person is actively pursuing it to end it, whatever, we don't know. But the actively living as a homosexual, that is blatant, that's there, and that's continual. And that is what I was told, is if, that's intentionally choosing to be away from God, and therefore you can't say, I am part of the vine if you're trying to get away from it.
Right. If you're continuing the sin, you're still in the midst of it.
Exactly.
Yes. But I would push back a little bit on that and say that we as saints and sinners,
all of us,
tempted, are constantly falling short.
Indeed.
And you think about two of the greatest natural drives are like hunger and thirst, right? So hunger and thirst, so food and drink, and a sexual drive. Now, that is not to say that homosexuality is a natural inclination. Some people struggle with it, but some people struggle to keep it. I'm trying to be a little family friendly here.
Let's put it this way: some people struggle not to lie every single day.
Yeah,
They struggle not to lie every single day. Lying is one of those things.
Yeah, it's frowned upon.
It is frowned upon.
It's considered sin.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's the where is your heart going though? Is it is it? I was gonna say is it? I know I shouldn't lie, but I'm gonna keep doing it because I just can't control it, and you give up.
Right.
That's not trying to change. That's not turning towards God. That's not putting anything in there.
But hold on. Before we get there, do we not also understand that once saved, always saved?
Well, that's not true.
It's not true?
No.
Once saved, you are saved? No? Really?
Because sure, you can reject.
I love this one.
You can reject God. It says that Jesus says the only unforgivable sin is a sin against the Spirit. It's the Spirit that calls us into faith. It's the Spirit that moves within us. And
well, here's where I'm getting at with that.
Do you want to take that one, or do you want me to?
No, here's where I'm getting. You get to that for a second.
No, go ahead.
Here's where I'm getting at with that one. This guy isn't saying that he's going against God. He's just saying that he's gay.
Yeah.
Right.
So, in essence, he's still saying that there's a God.
Yeah.
And he's saying that he understands that being a gay man is not good and is a sin.
Right.
But he's still doing it.
Yeah.
And he claims himself as saved prior to this action.
Yeah. So that's not to say he's not. That's not to say he's not.
It's not to say that he isn't.
Because going back to what you were saying, you're right. A person has the choice to reject and everything else. But if a person goes along and I'm trying to think how to start this right way. Somebody claims and professes to get saved, and then after a while goes, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore, blah, 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 blah. Then it could be argued that the person never really had a relationship in the first place.
Right.
So therefore,
it could be that they were just acting on impulse and action,
because it
and not
says,
actually acting in reality.
Because the Bible does say that, those are my children; they are in my hands, and no man can pluck them out. No, no man. That would include the individual who's professing it.
Right.
So it is possible that either they never were really saved in the first place and playing a game,
right,
or they are truly saved and are just being a bad example. Right. Of how to handle
could be
a problem or a sin. Case in point with this guy coming out as gay. If he chooses that this is the lifestyle he's going to live, then, especially knowing he's a Christian, then that means he is taking the sin, the struggle. We all have it.
Right.
Like you said, it could be this guy's his homosexuality. Stephen mentioned there's lying, there's stealing, you name it. There's everybody's pride. Pride will eat your daggone lunch. That's the big one. Everybody's got something that they deal with. And it's a matter of how you deal with it. Is it I'm going to handle it by myself? Is it I'm going to keep doing it because who cares? Or is it God, please try to help me. I'm going to screw up, but help me with it. That's kind of where it's the heart alignment.
Right.
Is it on God the whole time, or is it?
Which we cannot. Well, we will fall short every time.
Yes, absolutely.
Always. Yes. We're sinful creatures.
We will
especially
fall short. Yeah. It's with the power of the Spirit that we're able to, and the power through his word that we're able to be transformed more and more and formed more like Christ every day.
Yep.
But the other thing, you think about a couple things. You think about the high suicide rate within the homosexual population.
Right.
There is some self-loathing going on there.
Yes.
And a lot of self-loathing and is tied to sin, knowing that whether you want to believe that you are a believer or not, because there are many gay people who just say they're not faithful or they're not religious. But there's still something they know is off.
Yeah.
Morally. So there's that. Another thing, so I think it's a struggle, and it's difficult to find, and you think about, so you use pride as an example, and that's a great example. I think we all at one point or another, or on a constant point, struggle with pride, especially in America. We're a country built on,
pride,
which is great. It's wonderful to have a strong sense of pride in, your accomplishments and to accomplish things. And to pull yourself up by the bootstraps and move forward. That's wonderful. It's really hard to not then struggle with appropriate, inappropriate pride, right?
Yep.
Turning ourselves into an idol, or our jobs into an idol, or whatever it is.
Right.
And
that personally is one of my big ones. Honest to God, and then not just from the pride in America type thing, but period. I've always been, since I was little, it's I will handle it. Any problem comes on, don't worry, I will handle it.
Well, no, you can't.
And I know that I can't, and I have that. And that, I'm talking. You want to talk about a battle daily to say I don't have control over this. It's a daily reminder that I have to go back and say, you know what? The only thing that I have control over is my reaction to what is going on. Period.
Right.
And that is so hard. Sorry.
No. Those days, no. This is perfect. So on those days that, there are days where, okay, there's a handle on it, and you go and you look at the end of the day and you go, okay, I had this. It's okay. I got it.
Got it done.
And then there are the days where you go, oh my gosh.
Coming at it from both sides.
You repent and you pray that you can, that God will work with you and work within you, I should say, and work on you. And, and you get convicted, but it doesn't mean that you are no less of a believer, because then all of that salvation and all of that mercy and forgiveness is dependent on you and how good you've done. And then we've turned it into works.
Exactly.
So,
and that's where that actually gets us right back around to my first statement. Once saved, always saved, because it's not dependent upon you. It's not dependent upon you.
Exactly. It's not.
It is dependent upon a gift given.
Going with Scripture.
Yeah.
Going with Scripture, we do not have choice over being called into faith, right? Lazarus was dead. And this is where we may split part ways as far as theology goes, because
which is A-okay, by the way.
Yeah, it's
no problems. It's no problems.
The bottom line is, as long as you believe that Jesus died for your sins, was
resurrected.
Was resurrected 3 days later. Well, I was trying to go a little bit more
crucified,
resurrected, third day, and ascended into heaven to prepare a place for you. As long as you believe in that,
confess it with your
that's
mouth,
where it's
believe
at.
It in your heart.
Yes, as long as that's there.
Yeah.
The little nuances.
We can talk about the nuances all day long. It's fine.
One of the nuances with that I'm going to throw in there is that Jesus is the second person of the Trinity, the triune God. It's
of course,
Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Because there are religious movements that
that's true. You're right. You're right.
Jesus and
you're right.
Not.
You're right. I forget about that.
Correct. Yes, you are correct.
Daggone 2020.
Darn. 2020 gets you every time.
Darn you, 2020.
And all those weird things. But where I'm going, I know where you're at with that, and where I would go with it is very simple. When Jesus talked about the parable of the sower, the sower of seeds, some of it keeps on spreading seed no matter where he goes. Some of it spreads on rocks, never plants. Some of it gets eaten by the birds. Some of it gets in the sand. Some of it finds fertile soil, and that's obviously what gets planted and grows into beautiful blossoms. But anyway,
yes,
that's what we're talking about.
We're on there.
What we're talking about is the difference between.
I thought I was the AI.
No,
Holy smokes! You just kind of glitched there for a minute.
I wanted to get my words
together.
Okay,
no, I got you.
Is we're talking about the difference between throwing it into rocks and sand, getting eaten by birds, and then throwing it into fertile ground.
Mm-hmm. And we can't decide that.
That's not us.
Between the individual and God.
That's a one-way street. So we don't know.
Just saying.
That's not a good action to take.
That's so good. God, I love it when we have these conversations.
So good.
Guys, there's so much more on the other side. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Indeed. That was only like 3 sentences into the first one. That's good times.
I know.
That's
really good.
See, but here's to be fair, we haven't had, the three of us haven't had a good conversation like that in a long time.
True.
It really hasn't. It's been, we've laughed at
we've been doing
stupid
food
stuff
jokes.
and food, and it's
a lot of food stuff.
a lot of food. We
stuff.
need to come up with,
Which
we need something else. Speaking of the foods.
Well, you know, I'm not too concerned about the foods, but
I'm not either.
Do
but
we want to talk about what's coming up?
Do we want to announce it officially?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you need to confirm still? You need to confirm still, don't you?
3 of them are officially confirmed.
Right. You're waiting on one.
Number 4 said, yeah, the day, like,
Yeah.
the day of the week was fine.
Right.
I have to confirm the actual date.
Oh, let's get that done.
But I did push it. I did mention, because I think, because when I, nice try.
Yeah.
When I had mentioned it to him before,
yeah,
I'd mentioned it the Tuesday and
Right.
gave that date. And when he
Yeah.
said he couldn't do it, I said, well, what about
Wednesday.
Wednesday, the next one?
Yeah.
And he said yes, but I'm just confirming we're clear.
Re-verification.
It's that day, not
So
a Wednesday. So
we've got an announcement, but we're not going to make the announcement.
yeah. We'll as
When
soon as
we
I
confirm,
confirm,
We got to confirm it.
it'll be announced.
Right.
And I'm actually wanting to do like a whole new. I don't know how I'm gonna have time to do it. No, more like a whole new theme.
Oh, see, that's
like
what I
actual
did,
music
didn't
and
I?
everything else.
Just
Like I
did
want
it.
it to be a whole different thing because it's a possibility if it works right. Not every single week, obviously, but maybe
Right.
once a month, where once every couple
be
months,
really
we
nice.
can turn this into something where
We can do that.
everybody can get together.
That'd be
But
really
we'll
cool.
see.
We'll figure it out.
We'll see.
We'll be all right. It'll be all right.
But
Anyway, we're coming back right after that.
I think it's time we blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
All right, welcome back. DOAE Show. That's DOAE Show on the Mojo 50 Radio Network.
sorry, I need to go back and watch that again.
I know, right? Mojo50.com is the place to go. That's where you can find some of the best conservative, libertarian, political talk out there.
Not us.
Not us.
Not
No,
us,
No,
just so we're clear.
No, this
It's
is a
not
joke.
us.
This is a joke.
It's everyone else.
Yeah, they're really good.
The highlight and the upside of our week is Carrie.
Right. She
Like,
is.
that's it.
She is definitely the upside.
After that, it just
The rest of the week is just straight.
it goes downhill.
That's all we're doing.
And we're okay with that.
Yeah, we are.
Who doesn't love a good?
Nah, well, I learned a long
Thank
That.
you.
Yeah. Sorry.
I learned a long time ago.
I didn't
that
think you were going to try to make that cue. I'm
that
sorry.
was that was good.
I know.
You didn't wink fast enough.
Right.
No, so I was told as a kid that you always want to be a good example. You want to be the example, blah, blah, blah. Well, it didn't occur to me until my mid-20s that there
You
is
can
such
be a good
thing
example of a
as
bad thing.
Of an example of what not to do.
Right.
As in having screwed up.
That's this guy.
And that's us.
That's it.
Oh,
We are the ones, you look at us and go,
crap. I'm impressed.
It took him a long
it
time.
was my late 20s, more like 29, but
yeah,
who's
almost
counting?
30. I mean, whatever.
It was still my 20s. Who's
yeah.
counting?
He caught on quick.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a
Anyway,
late bloomer.
so go check out mojo50.com, mojo50.com, where you can find some of the best talk out there. And I mean talk, I mean free speech.
Yep.
I mean real free speech. If you want to listen to opinion that actually has an opinion and not just what everybody else is saying, that's Mojo50 for you.
Yeah.
Also, go check out our website. When you're done with that, that's Defenders, DOAEshow.com, DOAEshow.com. Go check out the shop over there. We have a lot of stuff. Not only the Jackhole Nation, we are the home of all your Jackhole Nation gear, but also all of our Defenders logo gears. We have a ton of cups and hats and shirts like he's wearing, and the cup.
No, not like I'm wearing.
Oh, not like you're wearing. You could potentially order one if you're really good
Wow,
at it.
did you literally just like throw cat out of the bag? Like you didn't even let it out. You just kind
You're
of
wearing it!
I may or may not have had something custom done. Is that all right? And it's not even finished.
No,
How
I'm
dare
not
you
okay.
bring attention to the shirt that's not even finished yet?
You're wearing it. Somebody else would obviously say something about it.
No one has said nothing yet. What did you say, Carrie?
Tell us about the yoga pants.
Yeah, yoga pants.
The yoga pants that are available, which, by the way, if you go to the MeWe, you will be able to find the pictures of on the Defenders DOAE
Because I know
show.
209 is begging to see them.
Well, 209, get on MeWe. Go sign up on our DOAE show chat room page. You will be able to find the pictures there. It's all there. It's all available.
Just remember that once they're seen, they cannot be unseen.
It's a blue waffle, guys.
It's not.
You don't want to see it, but if you do see it, you won't not be able to see it.
It is the thing that nightmares are made of.
That it is true. You can also check out all of our past shows and everything else. Also, if you want to become a Defender with us, it gets you a little bit behind the scenes.
A little bit. We're
a little
working
bit
on
behind
bigger
the scenes.
things, but
Obviously,
right
we're a
now-
little bit. We're trying to catch up on things, but it gets you a little behind the scenes and get you updates and previews of things coming down the pipeline. $5 a month, $50 a year. Will not only help us and keep us going, but it'll get you some added benefits going down the line. And the more we have, the more you will.
Exactly. If you also want to be part of the show, you can tweet at us at DOAE Show.
That's
Use
at
the hashtag.
DOAE Show?
Yep, at DOAE Show. Use the hashtag arm yourselves. And all of our social medias actually is at DOAE Show. That's Facebook, Twitter, MeWe's. We're on Periscope and YouTube and all kinds everywhere and everywhere. Seriously, any place you find a podcast, we're probably there. Even some very obscure places that no one else goes to, you'll find us there. So check us out.
Speaking of the Twitters, legendary grocery slug over on the Twitter says, there is no parable of a slug in the Bible, Stephen.
No.
You're right.
No, there isn't.
It's true.
Because I don't think a slug would actually survive in
The desert.
in the desert in the Middle East.
Well, you know.
I mean, there
through
might
the
be.
desert.
Don't get me wrong. There might be.
There might have been.
I've never personally been to Israel yet.
Right. There might be slugs there.
There might be in
It could
some
be
an oasis. or
But then
something
again,
somewhere.
it is a very salty land.
That's true. That's true. It's a a veritable landmine for slugs.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that is something that they used to do to destroy the land so that nobody could actually harvest on it, was to, put giant stones and salt all over the ground.
Wow.
That way nothing grew.
Yeah. That's just crappy.
So-
That's like people who dump motor oil for the same concept. No, I'm not saying I haven't done that before, because I have, but it keeps the deer away
Right. Anyway,
because nothing grows. Sorry. Anyway,
so you want to talk about this?
Yeah.
this one.
You wanna talk about
this?
this
Hurts my heart.
I know.
It hurts my heart.
Good.
And your head.
Oh, God.
So China.
Sorry.
China.
China.
You take this with a grain of salt. This is going to hurt. China orders Christians to replace their crosses and images of Christ with portraits of communist leaders.
This is reminiscent of the story that y'all brought to the table a couple months ago, where they had to they didn't have to, religions didn't have to get rid of their religious texts, but they
Right.
had to write in the
Had to
communist leaders within it.
Yes. Yes, you have to incorporate your communist leaders. Now you are replacing all religious symbology with communist leaders. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And people are not talking about this kind of stuff.
No.
And this is the sad part is China for all of it does, to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
You look inside of what's going on, it's falling apart. They're killing people left and right. What is that group of people they were doing the harvesting of, the organs and stuff?
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It begins with a U. I apologize for not remembering off the top of my head. I seen a video about it today. Like there's
What, the Uyghurs?
yes, is it Uyghurs? Yeah.
Uyghurs, yeah.
It's these people are being persecuted, and
That's
and,
because, one
and
of the
not a
funniest things-
word is being said anywhere.
There's two reasons why. We actually had a guy on the show that talked about it. There's two reasons why. One, they are some of the healthiest people in China. And two,
Because they don't follow the communist crap.
no, they don't. Not only do they not follow the communist crap, but the way that they practice their belief structure, it actually keeps them healthy.
Yeah.
That's it. They practice. They practice a belief structure that keeps them in physically fit condition.
Yeah. See, the way that I'm seeing this stuff coming out is that China is treating the Uyghurs a lot like Germany did Jews in 1940.
Except for in this way, instead of using them for scientific experiments, they're using them to sell their organs on the black market because they get such a good price.
Yeah. Which is not really much better.
No, it's really not much better, but
sadly, and I hate to say it, this is a weird comparison, but sadly, at least coming out of World War II, at least current medical, processes were, improved upon thanks to the horrific things that were done to them.
Yeah, but it's China.
It's China. I know. I was going to say, they didn't die necessarily in vain. The Chinese and the Uyghurs, these people are dying literally for no reason other than financial gain.
Yeah,
that's it.
And political expediency.
Expediency, exactly.
So like I said, there was two reasons. One, their religion keeps them physically fit. Two, their religion also stops them from giving worship to any other, including a political party.
Yep. Yeah. So straight setup from get go.
Yeah. So they were literally going to get knocked the first time that anything came up. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the communist Chinese government is ordering some Christians to take down religious symbols, including crosses, crucifixes, and images of Jesus Christ, and replace them with the communist leader.
That's just fascinating to me.
A startling report of religious oppression was reported in, quote, Bitter Winter, which is a religious liberty magazine.
Here's the only, and I'm only going to be on this hopefully for a short time. This doesn't turn into something big. But I know.
Sure, right.
I know.
Hopefully.
I know. Religious liberty.
Yeah.
Guys, only technically applies in the United States.
True.
Mm-hmm. Okay? There's nothing wrong with wanting
religious liberty,
advocating and trying to assist other countries in doing that. But if these other countries are not going along with it, you can't turn around and make this a thing and treat it like it's happening here. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Right.
They have made their decisions. They are their own country. They are their own sovereign place. It is not for us to say. We could say, hey, that's not right. You shouldn't do that. But that's kind of as far as it goes.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I just wanted to throw that out there. Every time I hear, any type of liberty thing around the world, it bothers me just a teensy bit, because a lot of people are trying to take what we are supposed to have here in the United States and force it into other countries. And it's not working. Part of the way is because the way they're going about it in other countries, they're not quite necessarily following the rules and the ways that country is set up to have things done. And if the country, like China, is dictatorial and totalitarian, then there's no way you're going to get around it anyway. So you just kind of, you know what I mean? It sucks, but it is what it is.
Cultural thing. I mean, not that it's okay, but
right.
But it's kind of like reading, and I'll bring it back to the Bible here for a moment. It's like reading something from the Bible and going, oh my gosh, I can't believe blank. Well, okay, but we're not in the ancient Near East.
Right.
We're not in Second Judaism or Second Temple period Judaism. We're not, it's a very different time and place. Even thinking about the 50s, 1950s, that was, it was a different culture for our grandparents and our parents than what we have right now.
Yes, very, very true. And in that regard, Shy Boy and IA, are you saying China is removing religion the same time BLM and Antifa is attacking the churches? Yeah, we are.
It's kind of a thing.
It's communism attacking religion is what it is. That's all it is. Communism is attacking religion in all forms.
Because communism cannot allow worship of anything other than the state.
Other than communism.
Yep.
No.
Right.
It doesn't work.
Right.
It doesn't work. Sadly.
If people have...
Sadly, people fall for it.
If people have freedom as God granted and has, intended, if people start finding that freedom because it's there, in Scripture, you find that you're free, even if, Paul wrote, even as a slave, you're free in Christ. And slavery was very different in biblical times than what we associate it with, just throwing that out there too. But I can't remember what my point was now.
That's okay.
Doesn't matter. It sounded good.
It sounded real good. Sounded real good. So somebody on the...
Was it D-Live?
This is D-Live. So Warsaw Patriot on D-Live. It's a couple things. I gotta start at the top. It says, can I point out something?
Okay.
China has 3 dangers we're seeing right now. 1, they're invading India territory and land. 2, they bought all of our jobs. 3, their products we buy are being used to fund their very own military. And we literally support everything by funding an enemy of ours.
Yep.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah. And that's,
there you go. There's your thought. It's from Dylan. Yeah.
What are your thoughts, Dylan?
Oh, good, Dylan.
Dylan.
No, I mean for all intents and purposes, in a nutshell, that's absolutely true.
That is correct.
It is absolutely true.
Now,
then the problem with it is we're at a point we're so in deep that it is going to take a severe hit.
It would take a bigger shovel than Dylan needed last night to dig out of the hole that we're in, and that's a big shovel.
That's a big shovel.
It's really big.
It's going to be hard to do because
we need a backhoe.
We would have to virtually shut down the economy. You would have to get people who are not trained BT dubs. This next generation is not trained
for anything
in trades of any kind. Nobody has any preparations for anything to manufacture everything.
Right.
That's the funny thing about all of this stuff. When it comes to these hardcore Trump supporters who are like, yeah, we got to bring all these jobs back from China. To what? There's nobody here who is trained to be able to do these things. And sure, you could get them in and eventually train them, but then you're going to have to get past the laziness that a lot of them have naturally developed thanks to the way the world has been running right now.
Yes.
And that's going to be very hard to do. So then if you're not going to change this first generation or this current generation, you're going to have to instill it in the next generation. So you're talking a 40-year out that if we were to somehow magically get away from China and was able to start on our own and isolate like that or do whatever, we would be done for.
It'll take about a 20 to 40 year fix.
At least. And you're this is beyond, this is the epitome of rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
Because we can't turn back, and we sure as hell can't keep going forward.
Right. We have to change something, and all the ways that we have to change are going to be painful.
Yeah. And it's the question
for somebody in America, it is going to be painful.
The question is which one is going to hurt less?
Yeah, which one's going to hurt less, and who's going to take the brunt?
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of taking the brunt, American Pride Roasters.
Yeah, we've kind of dropped the ball on that.
We dropped the ball on this, but American Pride Roasters takes the brunt of the work.
Yeah, it does.
And they make some delicious freaking coffee for doing that.
Yeah, they do. It's my favorite coffee. It's I'm sorry, but it is the best coffee in the world.
It is the
change my mind.
It is the official, unofficial sponsor of Mojo 50. It is the official coffee of Mojo 50 and of Defenders Live.
Yep. Like I said,
I have yet to find a coffee that tastes better.
Yeah, like
and I'm saying on any flavor.
Yes.
I don't care what, even if it's just the regular. It just whatever, just a basic roast.
Yeah,
he does it better.
Yeah, and I drink it black, so therefore
he knows more about it.
I can say beyond certainty, like it's a good cup of coffee, because anybody can take a crap piece of a crappy cup of coffee and make it taste decent with enough sugar and cream and stuff.
Yeah.
Look at Starbucks.
Right.
This is not Starbucks. You can take a black cup of coffee
and
from American Pride Roasters, and it is good.
It is a solid cup of coffee. Carrie, you sounded like you wanted to say something.
Oh, no, I'm kind of drooling here. I think it might have just been just thinking about APR.
Gotcha.
APR is the official coffee of the Malinak household. That is certain.
See,
good. See,
there you go, and it just spreads from there.
It's like crabs.
It really is. American Pride Roasters is the only coffee that will make you not only want to drink it more, but swallow it every single time.
But it's something you want. It is.
It's crabs that you want.
It's best buds for your taste buds.
That's for sure. It is historically great coffee. Go check them out. AmericanPrideRoasters.com. AmericanPrideRoasters.com. By the way, until the end of the month, you can get the Betsy Ross package. That's your red and white for your red, white, and blue for $17.76, and you can get your blue for $7.76 more. So you can get all three for like $20, $24. It's great. It's amazing. It's delicious. AmericanPrideRoasters.com. Yes?
Sweatimus Prime over on Twitter at DOA Show. We need a for all intents and purposes count because that Dylan Lyles is in it 3 or 4 times tonight already.
Darn right.
Hey, once in a while, there's a certain phrase or word that
it's a crutch, all right?
Pops into my head. And
so we used to have another one. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is used to be our crutch line.
It was like we've had discussions.
Used tonight.
Yes, but see, we've gotten better with it. There was a point where Steven and I were actually about to ban it from the show.
You will never say that word again.
We both were
phrasing.
Like, not gonna happen again. It almost got there.
It was bad,
but
How?
We had a time. We had a spell. It was like your weird teenage years.
Yeah, it was a phase.
It was growing pains.
It was a phase.
That's what it was.
See, the problem that I have when it comes to using these things over and over and over again, a lot of people think that because I'm sitting behind this mic and we have the show and we've done this for all this time and blah, 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 that I'm what some people might call talented, that I have, linguistic skills.
Abilities.
Yes.
No.
Like a talent or natural.
No, we just listen to ourselves and we're like, oh, God, stop doing that.
I listen.
Don't do that again.
We do a lot of listening. I listen to us. Steven has never listened to us. I listen to us.
You say that like it's real.
Steven has never listened to the show.
That is not true.
When did you listen to the show last?
Last week.
Uh-huh.
I listened to the show during work.
That was the first time since when? Like 3 years. Anyway.
Shut up.
But what we do, a lot of what him and I do is we listen to other speakers, we listen to other podcasts, we listen to like audiobooks, things like that, trying to pick up tricks and ways to speak. Sometimes I'm gonna be honest, that's where I learn a lot of new words.
Uh-huh.
Is listening to other people talk, and then I go back and check it and go, holy smokes, that's cool.
Oh, that's what that word means.
And I remember it, and I go from there.
Right.
But we're not. Spoiler alert, we're not professionally trained. We don't know anything about anything.
No.
We just kind of sit down here and talk, and whatever falls out our mouth falls out our mouth. And sadly...
Usually you got to swallow.
Sadly, yes, you do. And sadly, myself, being, the ADHD AI... sometimes the exact same thing comes out repeatedly because I get wound up and
he can't find another phrase.
I can't find another one, and
so
I'm trying to keep the thought going because I don't want dead air or anything like that, and so I use the same.
It's kind of a panic.
It is.
Remember,
phrase, though.
Yeah,
for all intents and purposes, that's a great because it's very comprehensive and
it's really
it sounds good, doesn't it?
Flexible. You can use it in so many different scenarios and circumstances.
It
sounds so smart, and yet all it is a stall tactic. It's all it is. It's one of those. I can't remember what I was saying.
For all intents and purposes.
For all intents and purposes, because it's long enough that.
It gives your brain time to reset.
Exactly. If you use it enough and it flows off the tongue quick enough, you can say it just fast enough to be able to kind of catch either the original thought or come up quickly with a second one.
Right.
You, audience, has just learned.
I know.
The tricks.
The tricks of the trade.
These are trade tricks and secrets, guys. No, they're not. They're
and
really
you can start your own podcast now.
Oh, gosh.
It doesn't matter what you're saying. Just keep talking. Oh, that's a smart sounding phrase. I'm going to use that as my new just keep talking phrase as I think of something new to say.
Yeah.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles.
This is one concrete.
Oh, but finally.
God.
If we're going to talk about China.
Oh, God.
And all the rest of it.
We got to bring it home.
We got to take it back home. And by home, we mean California. Because they know how to party.
California does know how to party.
In the city.
The city of L.A.
In the city.
City of Compton.
Keep it rocking.
They keep it rocking.
They keep it rocking.
They keep it rocking. Yeah.
So
this is how well they keep it rocking.
after an in-home Bible study banned in a new order in California church. A California church slaps Governor Gavin Newsom with a lawsuit.
Yay!
Yeah. What a direct offense.
Yeah.
Personal rights.
A network of California churches filed lawsuits Saturday against the Governor Newsom, alleging that he... allegedly that his recent coronavirus lockdown, which temporarily banned all indoor church operations, included in-home Bible studies, is unconstitutional. Which it is.
It is.
It is.
It absolutely is.
It's very true.
It is. You have no leg to stand on there, Newsom. And that's so sad.
Absolutely
that
none.
People, obviously, thank God these churches are standing up and saying, hey, you can't do this.
Right.
There's a lot of people who just kind of go, oh, well, they said we can't do it, so we're not going to do it.
It's interesting, and there are a lot of churches that are, seriously, their structure is small group, in-home study based without those... And that is like the basis, the foundation of their ministries.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
So when you kind of shut that down,
when all this first started going down, there was someone on a morning show, I can't remember what show, and it was a doctor in New York City, and he said the first thing he said. And this is before they were pushing masks. This is before anything was locked down, anything like that. And the first thing he said was people should stop going to church. I mean, so there's clearly an agenda with many people, whether politically, scientifically, whatever.
Right.
It's just incredible that is one of the first things to be attacked, which whenever anyone pushes for something, and we talked about the vaccines earlier, like as soon as the government says like, you really have to get this flu vaccine, like that's when Keith and I kind of went, so we're going to go ahead and stop getting this because
we're going to go ahead and not do that.
It's getting pushed so hard that something seems off about this.
Right.
So,
when you have 1/100% of people that catch it die.
Yeah.
Not of the entire population. Of the people that catch it. 1/100%.
That's a lot.
Right.
That's not a lot.
Oh.
100th.
Oh, 100th.
100th.
Gotcha.
I made sure to add the
I'm sorry that I thought that was the lisp from earlier. I thought it was 100 of the people. I'm so sorry.
Right. Thank you.
No problem.
I made sure to enunciate the
I know, but again,
good decimaling.
I thought the lisp would come out again.
Thank you.
I was looking out for you. I apologize.
Okay, well, that
was my confusion.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So anyway, 1/100th die of those who catch it. Not even of not of the entire population, none of the rest of it, just those who catch it.
I wonder what.
I'm going to say that you don't need a vaccine for it.
I wonder what the flu. What's the flu rate like that? Is it
the
one
flu
of
rate,
100th?
No, it's a heck of a lot higher.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's like 20%.
Yeah. So
it's like you catch it, and there's I think it's 10. I think it's 10%. I'm sorry.
Still,
you catch it, and there's like a 10% chance.
At least
of you
it's
dying
a full
from it.
percent.
I know.
It's a full percent measure.
Really?
It's not.
Yeah.
100th. That's the other side of the decimal.
Yes.
That's the wrong side of the decimal.
Actually, for survival rates, that's the correct side of the decimal.
No, that's true. But I was talking it from the bad side of it.
Right.
So yeah.
Well, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Depends on the side of the mind you're standing on.
Purposes.
For all intents. Ooh.
Well played.
I know we need to have another fun game. Of course, there's no way we'd ever be able to check it. But you know what would be a really fun way another fun game we could do with Carrie besides food?
What's that?
See about of picking a word or a phrase, like for all intents and purposes.
How many times we can use it?
And well, not just that. See if we can get Carrie to implement it in her next sermon.
But we'd have to actually
be able to hear the sermon. Yeah.
The sermon.
So
well, you can see any of my sermons or I do Thursday devotionals. You can see all the Thursday devotionals.
Oh, we could do. We have to get her to get one of the Thursday devotional.
Thursday. Yes, for all intents and purposes, on Thursday's devotional.
There it is. All right. All right, before we run out of time, Defenders, bell counts. Here we go.
Good evening, Mojo 50. I'm Leprechaun, and here with the bell count grade for the day, Tuesday, July 21st, 2020. Today we had 3 missed innuendo bells, 40 actual bells, 7 kadas, 6 rim shots, 4 oh my gosh, and a trigger for masks, giving us a C for the day. Take care. Peace out, boys. Stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow.
See, that's how it's supposed to go.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all. All right, guys. This has been Defenders Live, DOAShow.com. We will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye, y'all.
That was wonderful. Bravo. I loved that.
Oh, it was great.
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good.
It could